Hi, it's Easy Rider Greg. Welcome to the channel. I'm out for a ride. It's a beautiful day. I have made several complaints and comments on other people's videos about how hot it was here. Well, it's not hot today. It's just 82 degrees. Hopefully you can see that. The humidity's gone out, but it was really hot for over a week. But it's nice today. So, if you like my videos, please like, subscribe, share, comment, do all that good YouTube stuff. And even if you don't, do it anyway. It doesn't cost anything. It helps me out with YouTube. But if you don't want to, you don't have to. No biggie. Today, a little hazy, but I'll take the comfort. I just couldn't ride last week at all. I think the last time I rode was the Thursday before last week's Thursday, because it was so hot. Well, I did go out and get some lunch last Friday, but it was just too hot to spend much time on the bike. Which begs the question, how hot is too hot for you to ride? I'm sure you Eastern Canadians don't have any hot days, but you Western Canadians have certainly been experiencing it this year. Ooh-wee. And I know all you down under in Australia, you have some real hot days too. Because right now it's not the hot time of the year for you guys. So how hot is too hot for you to ride? Is it ever too hot for you to ride? My comfort zone for riding is like 75 to 85 degrees. I'm quite comfortable at those temperatures. Now when it gets up close to the mid-80s, and when I'm stopped, I'm not particularly comfortable. But while I'm moving along, I'm fine. Now, but when it starts getting over 85, if I'm going to ride, I can't wear a helmet. My head's just too hot even when I'm moving along. But when I'm moving along without a helmet, I'm comfortable enough. I'm not miserable. I'm not perfectly comfortable, but I'm not miserable. So 85 is the top of my comfort range. Probably when it gets to about 95, maybe even 93, I don't want to ride. That doesn't mean I haven't ridden in it lately. I used to ride in all temperatures, no matter how hot or how cold. I rode. I just put up with it because I liked riding better than I hated being uncomfortable. The cold never used to bother me when I was young, but the heat has always bothered me. I rode across the desert from Prescott to San Diego many times in July and August to visit my parents who lived in San Diego, and it was very hot there. But I put up with it. I try to leave as early as I could in the morning to beat as much of it as I could, but I would still be in temps over 110 degrees before I got into the mountains just east of San Diego. But today it's just beautiful, 82 degrees. Right there in my comfort zone, just for me. Then I got my turn off up here. And it is so green. Whoa, almost overshot it. Looking at that green. Should have been slowing down sooner, but I got slowed down. Prescott in May and June being so loud you couldn't hear when you were outside. Well, a couple weeks ago they made their appearances. I've started seeing them and hearing them. They're not as loud as they were in Prescott, so I don't think there's as many of them, but they're pretty loud. They're all up in the trees around my house. And I don't know if it was the state agriculture department or who, some state agency just put my county on quarantine for moving dirt or plants that make contact with the dirt out of the county because of fire ants. Look at all that green up there. So much green. Of course, all you that live where it's green all the time, you don't think anything about it probably. I lived most of my life where it wasn't green like this anyway. And when I lived in Washington, it was green, but it was kind of different. And when I lived in Alaska, it was green, but it was a different green. The tundra was never a bright green like these grasses. It was always a dull green, or it was just brown. And of course, the trees were different kind of trees, but they did have, I think, aspen and poplar up there in Alaska. Most of the trees there were evergreens, fir trees. There's some pines right there. It's like what most of our trees in Arizona were pines, although they had some deciduous trees that lost their leaves every winter. I don't know what kind they were. I wonder if they have a pretty fall here. We did in Prescott. I got one video from back in 2019 called Fall